Hi guys, it's Nick here from Unique Life Design. Today I decided to make a quick video to show you the 4 different types of Chamaerops humilis, the European farm palm we have in our garden. At first I will just give you a quick preview of the 4 types. Behind me is the standard one, standard Chamaerops humilis, although there is nothing standard. It you will see, I will show you I don't know how many different forms of it that we have in our garden. It's one of the things I love about it. So just bear with me and I will show you the next one. The blue beauty behind me is Chamaerops humilis cerifera, the blue European farm palm. You can see it. Next is the dwarf Chamaerops humilis Vulcano. And the last one is Chamaerops humilis Etna Star. Now, after I finish with the palm selfies, I should probably explain the sunglasses and the faces I'm making. I've had operations on both my eyes in my childhood, so my eyes are quite sensitive to light. So whenever it is really sunny, I can hardly see and I just can't help but make the faces that I'm making. Anyway, let me continue. So this is the biggest Chamaerops humilis that we have. As you can see, it's been here maybe 10 years. I do remember buying it from home base and bringing it home just by carrying it on the bus. So it was quite a struggle, if I can remember. It was still significant then, but now it's much bigger. I promised to show you quite a few different forms of it. As you can see, I will come closer. This one has one main stem. Not sure if you can see it. I hope so. So one main stem, and around it is like a circle of smaller ones. So this is quite an interesting shape to have. One of the things that I love about Chamaerops humilis is it hardly needs any maintenance. Literally just once a year a light trim, and you can leave it as bushy or as trimmed as you like. So this is one of the ways to keep it. Let me go and show you another one. This here is single stemmed Chamaerops humilis. As you can see, it looks totally different to the other one. So with one species you can have many different forms and you can pretty much shape it the way you like it. So yeah, I love this one as well. Here is another one. A few stems, quite irregular, one quite big going to the left, one smaller to the right, and quite a few small ones. I wanted to show you this one especially because also it has some fruit on it, so you'll be able to see the fruit as well. So I will try to get closer and hopefully get to the fruit. Right. Okay. It's not ripe yet, but when it does ripen, it can be collected. This is one stalk, I believe. Yep, there is another stalk here. Right. It can be collected, it can be planted. We've done that a few times, and then you can produce your own little palm trees. So that's always a bonus. We've given away quite a few of them, to be honest with you. Here is another one. Few stems, pretty much the same height, the same size, left quite bushy. And I specifically want to show you one in the front garden because I find something quite interesting with it. Just bear me a moment to get there. Now this one has been in the ground here for more than 10 years. I know for a fact because it was planted on the first birthday of my son. So I can date it exactly. This one came with 4 stems, 4 heads, and they're still kind of the main ones. But over the years it has sprouted countless other heads. So we just give it a light trimming now and then, and it's lovely, as you can see. Eventually our plan is to have like quite a few trunks coming out, one in the middle and quite a few going in different directions, and it is getting there, as you can see. One of the things that is interesting and quite variable with this type of palm is that sometimes you can see this kind of whitish, I'm not sure if you can see, thing at the back of the leaves. It's not, sometimes people ask if it's a sign of disease or anything. It's not a disease, it's totally normal. Here it's a look from the other side. So yeah, quite an impressive bush, isn't it? Now, after the standard, although there is nothing standard, as I said, and as you saw with the Chamaerops humilis, I wanted to show you the subspecies. So the first one, for me the most impressive one, is the blue one. Chamaerops humilis argentea or cerifera, they're synonymous. This one has been almost 10 years in our garden. It hasn't grown a lot, and it looks a bit different even from the other one that I will show in the front garden. I will come closer to show you, especially the top of it. It is really blue. It reminds me of Brachia armata, so quite significantly different to the blue color that you will see on the other one that we have got. So I am not sure why this is. Maybe because this is a more of a mature specimen, maybe because the conditions are different, it doesn't see as much light as the other one, and maybe the soil conditions are different too. But anyway, as you can see, this one is again a main stem surrounded by something like a circle of smaller ones. We love this one. Interestingly, the blue color seems to disappear as when the leaves are not as old, as new as the ones at the top. As you can see here, you can see the blue tinge, but it's a kind of an older leaf, and towards the middle, see, or maybe where it gets more sun. That's one of the possibilities too. It's really intense blue. This is the other Chamaerops humilis cerifera that we have. As you can see, the color is nowhere as near blue and intense as the other one. It is kind of bluish green, and as I said, I'm not quite sure of the reason. This came few years after the other one, but it has really established itself too, and now it's starting to gain in size too. I will try to make something like a circle around it to show you from all sides, a bit closer too. One of the notable differences, at least from what I can see from my specimens, is that the leaves seem to be quite a bit smaller than the ones on the standard Chamaerops humilis. Okay, I hope it is visible. The other subspecies, Chamaerops humilis Vulcano. Apparently it originates from Sicily. It is a dwarf form. It has smaller leaves that seem to be quite thicker. I am not sure if I have got this kind of a specimen, but for me also the trunk looks quite thick and stocky. This may not be the case with everyone. I've seen some of them having leaves that are quite bluish too. That's not the case with ours, but it's definitely a Vulcano. The leaves themselves do not open as much as the other ones and are not as deeply divided from what I can see as well. Let me go around it. Chamaerops should be in every tropical garden. It is one of the toughest. Actually, the horrible winter that we just had was the first one that any of them had any damage at all. And although this Vulcano had spear pull and few of the smaller standard ones had ones, they kind of quickly got over the damage and grew out of it. So as you can see, as almost nothing happened. It is a beauty. The last one I wanted to show you is the form Etna Star, Chamaerops humilis Etna Star. I was a bit skeptical at first when I bought it. I bought it from the Palm Center and I was thinking, okay, Etna Star, Etna is in Sicily too, so is it the same like Vulcano? Is there any difference between them, or is there any difference between it and the standard Chamaerops humilis? But over time I've been proven wrong. This is for me a distinct form, paler leaves, smaller than the original, in the standard form, and definitely not as thick and not as closed up as the ones from Vulcano. It is a very elegant one, and sometimes when in full sun, which decided to disappear now, you can see the back of the leaves having this bluish or whitish hues. So yeah, I love this one too. We keep this one single stamped. We try to produce a new stem, but there's simply no place for it where it is. So for me it's quite lovely and elegant. So yeah guys, what can I tell you more? As I said, in terms of care, they hardly need any care at all. Depends of course on where you are. If you're in a very cold place, you may need to do some protection, but one of the things that we decided for our garden is to go without any protection at all, and we've never protected. Chamaerops humilis is one of the what can I say, main points, main plants, main species in our garden that allow us to kind of keep a framework of really hardy plants, and I consider them one of those. So, and they haven't let me down over the years. So yeah, my recommendations, they're fairly easy to find, sometimes even in supermarkets. And a recommendation to anybody that is considering tropical gardening is probably start on Chamaerops humilis. It's the easiest to take care of. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. As always, like and subscribe if you want to see more. Don't forget to press the bell to have a notification for our new videos too. So yeah, all I can say to you is have a lovely day. Bye.